Aaron Ramsey is the latest Brit to get a payday abroad with huge £400,000 a week Juventus contract. Aaron Ramsey has agreed a staggering £400,000 a week pre-contract deal with Juventus to become the highest-earning British player ever in terms of basic salary. The Wales international midfielder will leave Arsenal when his contract expires on June 30 and join the Turin club to play alongside the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Paulo Dybala. Arsenal had offered Ramsey a new contract back in September, but they weren't prepared to match his salary demands amid interest from Bayern Munich, Inter Milan and Real Madrid as well as Juventus. Now the 28-year-old has agreed a 4-year deal worth £83 million that will boost his earnings and profile considerably. But Ramsey is far from the first British player to boost his salary by moving abroad, even if their spells on the continent didn't turn out to be entirely successful. We take a look at some other Brits abroad who cashed in. John Charles, Juventus 1957–1962. £20 a week. The original Welshman to make the move to Turin, some 62 years ago, Charles is still revered as a Juventus legend to this day. There was a sensation when Juventus paid Leeds United £65,000, then double the British transfer record, to take him to Italy in August 1957. Though £20 a week Charles was paid during his time in Italy is only worth about £480 today, it was considerably more than what was on offer in English football at the time. Luckily, Charles more than made up for the outlay by scoring 108 goals in 155 league matches, helping the club win 3 league championships and 2 domestic cups. Jimmy Greaves, AC Milan 1961, £140 a week. Back in the early 1960s, footballers in the English game were subject to a maximum wage cap of £20 a week. This dropped to £17 during the summer off-season. This was a source of frustration for some of the leading players, including Chelsea forward Jimmy Greaves, who'd scored a remarkable 41 goals in 40 league matches during the 1960–61 season. And even though the wage cap had finally been lifted in the January of 1961, Chelsea still wouldn't boost his salary above £20 a week. Italian football, by comparison, was flush with money, and that's how the striker came to sign a 3-year contract on £140 a week and a signing bonus of £15,000 at Milan. Trouble was, Greaves wasn't entirely sold on leaving London and never settled in Italy despite scoring 9 goals in 14 appearances. By December 1961, he was back in English football with Tottenham. Kevin Keegan, Hamburg 1977–1980. £4,800 a week with endorsements. Keegan, one of the best players in Europe at the time, had just helped Liverpool win the first of their European Cups when he made the £500,000 move to German club Hamburg in 1977. Well aware of his worth, Keegan was one of the first players to insist a release clause was included in his contract. So while £500,000 seemed relatively small for his talents, it paved the way for an inflated wage packet. Keegan had reportedly earned £12,000 a year at Liverpool, but this soared to £250,000 a year, inclusive of a number of lucrative endorsements, at the Bundesliga side. Once he settled in West Germany, Keegan helped Hamburg win the Bundesliga in 1978–79 and reach the European Cup final a year later. He was twice named European Footballer of the Year during his 3 seasons there. Ian Rush, Juventus 1986–1988, £1,900 a week. Following in the footsteps of Charles was another Welshman in the form of Ian Rush, who left Liverpool for Juventus in the summer of 1986. Italian interest in Rush, a prolific goalscorer, had lingered for some time, with Napoli offering him a £1 million signing on fee in 1984. 2 years later, and with the ban on English clubs in European football following hassle affecting the cash flow, Liverpool sold Rush to Juventus for a meaty £3.2 million and weekly wages of £1,900. Problem was, Juventus had already filled their permitted quota of foreign players with Michel Platini and Michael Laudrup and had proposed to loan Rush to Lazio, then a Serie B club. Rush proposed an alternative and returned to Liverpool for a season's loan. In the end, he spent just one season in Juventus colours before returning to Anfield for a second spell. However, the quote often attributed to Rush about his frustrating time in Italy, "It's like living in a foreign country," was not something he actually said. Paul Gascoigne, Lazio 1992–1995, £22,000 a week. The transfer saga of Gia's move from Tottenham to Lazio dominated the front and back pages of the tabloids in the summer of 1992. Serie A was still basking in the warm afterglow of Italia '90 and the league was seen as the destination for the world's best players, even those like Gascoigne, who'd spent the entirety of the previous season sidelined. And once again Italy was the best place for a decent payday, with Gascoigne receiving a £2 million signing-on fee and a contract worth £22,000 a week. His arrival at Rome's Fiumicino airport was something akin to a papal visit, with Gia kissing babies and dodging hundreds of jubilant fans. But the England star never settled in Italy, his 3 years with the club turning into something of a tragicomic farce at times. Steve McManaman, Real Madrid 1999–2003, £65,000 a week. A survey of the best-paid footballers in the world at the turn of the millennium would have found Juventus star Alessandro Del Piero top with a monthly salary of around £275,000. But second was Englishman Steve McManaman, in his first season with Real Madrid, on £260,000 per month. This was considerably more than what was on offer in the Premier League at the time, and Real Madrid also offered McManaman a £2 million bonus when he joined from Liverpool in 1999. McManaman arrived into a real dressing room full of rancor, but things settled down once Vicente Del Bosque became manager, and he would end his first season by scoring in the Champions League final. David Beckham, Real Madrid 2003–2007, £116,000 a week. As one of the most marketable stars in the football world at the time, it was little wonder David Beckham was paid handsomely when he left Manchester United for Real Madrid in 2003. Real had battled their rivals Barcelona to sign Beckham, and their club president and Galactico collector Florentino Perez described him as a symbol of modern-day stardom when he joined. Beckham was placed on a weekly wage of £116,000 and coined in considerably more in the form of commercial deals. A 2005 estimate placed Beckham's commercial income at £12.6 million. But given the number of shirts he shifted around the world, Real weren't too likely to be begrudging him the money. Gareth Bale, Real Madrid 2013, £350,000 a week. Given their financial clout, it isn't surprising to see another Real Madrid player on the list. They signed Welsh star Gareth Bale from Tottenham back in 2013 for a world record £85 million fee and have since paid him one of the highest salaries in the world. The contract extension Bale signed in 2016 took him on to £350,000 a week after tax, which, at that point in time, made him the world's best paid player. Bale has helped Real win 4 Champions League titles during his time at the Bernabeu, so it's easy to see why he's so handsomely paid.